Public speaking is the biggest fear in the world for up to 40% of the people. So being on stage in front of an audience already makes you a hero for 4 out of 10 people in the audience. How to become a confident speaker? Well, there's a lot of things you can do, but I summarize it for you in a very simple way because I developed the 8 P's principle. And also, presentation is with a P, so it works. First of all, define your purpose. What's your purpose? And the question that you have to ask is, why are you going to deliver a speech? Or why are you going to talk in front of an audience? Of course, you also have to focus on how you're going to do that and what you want to achieve. But define in the first place, and that's the first step, define why you do it. What's your goal? What's your vision? What's your motivation? It's not easy to do so, but it's of crucial importance. Second P, prepare. Preparation. There's a lot of things we can tell about preparation. I will fine-tune 2 things. The structure of your preparation is always the same. It's actually very simple. You have a beginning, you have a body, and you have the end. Let's focus on the beginning and the ending. I recommend you in your preparation to start with a big bang. How will you come in? And that's really a choice, but you need to prepare it. Now, 99% of all the speeches I saw in my life as a coach and as a participant start like this. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jan Buurmans. I'm very happy to be here, and I will talk about change and change management. End of the introduction. Okay, 99% of the time, that's how I see presentations start. This is my recommendation for a big bang, and there are a lot of possibilities. You can use a joke, a quote, a statement, an historic fact. You can choose whatever you want, but come in with a bang. And it might look, just an example, like this. If you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. Albert Einstein, he said that was the reason why people resist to change. You need to drive it proactively, and when you're in control and in charge, you take the lead. End of the example. It was just an example. You see what the difference is. And you have a lot of possibilities here, but you need to prepare it. Same for the end. The end of your presentation needs to reflect to the beginning. You need to complete the circle. So you can go back and say something that is like the climax of fireworks. You know, when you're looking at the fireworks, you are amazed, you followed it, it started and you were happy, and then you have the body, and at the end, it's a climax, bam, 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 bam. And everyone knows after the bang of the climax that it's over. No one is in doubt. And sometimes, when I looked at some fireworks, you remain there and you say to the person next to you, is this the end? Was it over? Is it over? And then you miss the climax of the fireworks. So in our example, or you can say, thank you, I hope it was useful, that you learned a lot, that you can take some things to apply. My name was Jan Buurmans, and see you next time. For questions, I will be available after the presentation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's one option. 99% of the times it's something like that. Here we go for the climax of the fireworks. So it might look like this. If you now start doing things differently, if you now think about the Alberts in the world, if you now want to prepare yourself to be ready and to embrace change and make the difference in the world, if you're ready to do so, you will be successful in your career and in your personal growth. And you lay it down. It's an example. Everyone knows that it's done. You made the link to the beginning. Number 3, P of PowerPoint. It's a choice. But if you use it, know that it's only to support and to reinforce your message. It's not to explain something. And this is what you should avoid. You should not have bullet points on your slides and then explain the topics. You should actually not explain a topic, you should inspire people. And that's linked to your purpose, your motivation, your goal. Why are you telling it? Tell a story. Don't explain a content. That makes a huge difference. And if you want to do it with PowerPoint or without PowerPoint, that's your choice. But if you use it, go for images. It will reinforce what you are saying. Passion. 4th P. If you're not passionate about what you are going to say and do, how can we even expect that your audience will be passionate about it? You cannot. So you need to make sure that you're excited, that you are energized, because you need to give this energy to your audience, that you are ready in a positive vibe to share it, that you share the love about what you are going to talk. And that's passion. You need to be passionate, and if that's not easy for you, I don't know if you think finance reporting is not a passion, think about how you can make it passionate, because you request from the audience that they listen to you. So find the passion, do that in your purpose, prepare it in that way, adapt your slides to it, and make sure that you reach out to the public. And that's the next P, the P of public, your audience. Let me tell you this. Public speaking only exists by the grace of your audience. That's my limit, actually. If there's no audience in the room, no public, I will not do any speech. So you live your presentation by the grace of the presence of your public. So love them, embrace them, and connect with them. Use eye contact, integrate interaction. Make sure that they are involved. And it's like, just imagine, it's like a dance together with your audience. You can decide to dance a solo, or you can decide to dance a tango. And if you embrace the connection with your audience, it will lift up your presentation. Power. You need to provide power. You are on stage. People are looking at you. I know that can create some fear, but I remember that I said in the beginning that 40% of your audience is already very impressed that you are on stage. So deliver it with power. Exercise that. 3 components you can practice here. 3 components that you should always find you. First of all, choose powerful words. Avoid words like probably, eventually, normally speaking, we don't know yet. It undermines your power, your strength. So in your preparation, choose powerful words. Secondly, your voice. 4 components. Your tone of voice, including pauses, like this one, or this one. I will stop now, but it will create your tone of voice. Secondly, articulation. You need to make sure that people understand you. Thirdly, the speed of talking. Not too fast, not too slow. And fourthly, your volume. All those combined together will ensure the power of your voice. And last but not least, there's body language. You have this on stage. They look at you, so use it. Use your facial expressions. You can never exaggerate. Yes, you can sometimes, but most of the time I never see that. But look into their eyes. Provide eye contact. Make sure that you connect there and make it powerful. Move. Move from the left side of the stage to the right side. Provide dynamics. Use your hands to stress out what's important. And the complete picture of body language combined with the 4 components of your voice and the powerful words will create an impact to your audience that we can describe as power. Practice. Of course, you need to practice before you go on stage. And you can practice a lot. It's recommendable. Practice, 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 practice. Do. And in the years, you will gain experience, so take it easy. But you need to practice your next speech every time over again. How do you practice? Actually, you need to discover what works for you. One of the things you can choose is rehearsing in front of a mirror, a big mirror, which is great for some people. The only thing you need to be aware of is that you are confronted with yourself at all times and that you do a self-assessment because you see yourself. In real life, when you do a presentation, you never see yourself. So it's okay. Just check if it works for you. It's not for everyone the best way to do so, and it's because of the conscious self-assessment. So, my recommendation, practice in front of your friends, or your colleagues, or your teddy bears. That's how I did it when I prepared a school presentation. And maybe I still do. But it's the most compassionate audience you can have. They are there, they love you, and they will listen to you. So explain it to them by telling a story. Make them eager and pretend they're your audience. Record yourself and review it. An excellent way to improve and to learn. And work with a coach, of course. A coach who can transfer your presentation style to a style that embraces and empowers your audience. Perform. Talking about that, you need to perform. As an actor. Actually, that's what you need to do. There's a stage, maybe a small one, and maybe there are 10 people in front of you, maybe there are thousands of people in the room. But you need to perform, even if it's for 2 people. So go into the role as an actor, a role of a presenter. And you define that role. You make sure that it's genuine and authentic and that it is about you. And that's how you need to exercise and practice, so you make sure that when you're on stage, you can give the performance to win the Oscar in the next Academy.